This video is going to cover my Black Sabbath CD collection, the Ozzy Osbourne years. Not a whole lot I can say about Black Sabbath that hasn't been said before. If you're watching this video, obviously you know just as much about Black Sabbath as I do. So I'm going to show my CD collection. These are all the original CDs. I don't have any of the remasters except for one greatest hits compilation that I'll show at the end. This is the first CD, first classic album. My favorites on here have to be the title track, the Wasp medley with Behind the Wall of Sleep and NIB. Inside the booklet there, they've got the notes. Like most Warner Brothers CD releases, they talk a little bit about the history, about the release, and just different details about the recording and kind of what was going on with the band at the time. This is the classic Paranoid. And of course, this album was going to originally be called War Pigs, which is why the cover art looks the way it does. But then I think it was changed to Paranoid after the success of that track. This has got obviously War Pigs and Paranoid and Iron Man. And one of their underrated releases as far as I'm concerned, Masters of Reality. This has Sweet Leaf on it, After Forever, which is unique among the Black Sabbath songs in that it actually has pro-Christian lyrics. Not that the band was into Satanism or anything like that, but it's just odd that you have almost a song that could be considered Christian rock on here. Then you've got Embryo, Children of the Grave, which is a great thundering rocker. You've got the kind of acoustic, little mellow instrumental Orchid. Then Lord of This World, which I think influenced a lot of the grunge bands. Of course, what Black Sabbath album or song didn't, but and then they've actually got lyrics in here along with the regular song credits. Black Sabbath Volume 4, with maybe the first, what you might consider a Black Sabbath ballad with the song Changes. Also got great Supernauts, Snowblind, Under the Sun. Those would be my favorites off this one. And then probably my second favorite Sabbath album. The first one would probably be Paranoid. This would be my second favorite. Just a classic album artwork here. Sort of the evil and then the light. Not a bad track on this album, although probably my least favorite would have to be Fluff. Just kind of a, you know, light instrumental on here. But Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, the title track is incredible. Killing Yourself to Live is great. Who Are You is like nothing they'd ever done before. It's a synthesizer-based track, which is very ominous and moody. Looking for Today is great. And then Spiral Architect is just an awesome closing track. And Sabotage, I always feel like this is the presence, Led Zeppelin's presence of the Ozzy catalog, just because it's got some great tracks on here, but it tends to be overlooked when people talk about great Sabbath albums. It's just got some album credits and again, the notes. I don't know any other label that on the original releases included notes about the album and about the band, so Warner Brothers was a little unique in that way. And then this is a greatest hits compilation that covers the first 6 Sabbath releases. This is definitely the place to start if you're just kind of dipping your toe into Black Sabbath and you just want the best of the best. This definitely has it covered for you. All the great tracks are here. This was originally a double album, but they eliminated Warning and Laguna Sunrise when they converted this to CD. Got the lovely coffin gatefold there. Track information, and then again, even notes on the greatest hits. And then where the quality starts to slip a little bit, these last 2 albums with Ozzy tend to be the most maligned, at least critically. I don't think they're that bad. They're certainly not as great as the albums that came before, but I don't think they're terrible either. Got lyrics and credits. And then, of course, the notes. And then, this is how I feel we all look nowadays when we go out in public. The last studio album for many, many, many years with Ozzy Osbourne, and the last with the original classic lineup. This is a 2-disc live set. The first disc was originally released as Live at Last on, I think, a budget label, and this is the first time that they've had this, an official release of this, along with a later concert. It's got a lot of good photographs in it. Some notes about the recordings and about Black Sabbath. It's been a while since I've listened to this, but this has, the first disc covers the first 4 albums, and then the second disc has stuff that goes all the way up through, I believe it is Sabotage. And then this was the reunion concert. It's a 2-disc live set that came out, I believe, in the late 90s when they reunited. Also have the DVD, which is called The Last Supper. And then the last set that I've got from the Ozzy Osbourne years, I should say the original lineup years really, is this. It's Symptom of the Universe. It's a 2-disc set. A lot like the We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll, with a little bit more material, and all this has been remastered. You got a nice thick book here that you get with essays and more pictures. And then these are the 2 discs. Let's go. And you got Tony on the back. So that's my Black Sabbath Ozzy Years collection. Hope everybody's doing well. I'd love to hear what your favorite Sabbath songs and albums are. Appreciate any comments you leave. Hope you're doing great and are safe and well. Have a great day.